We're all probably familiar with the phrase, "sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." Well, long before I studied to become a psychologist, I always thought this was a really horrible, trite saying. Actually, to be honest, I just want to shout and rant and scream about it and say it's completely rubbish, this idea that, words don't damage us. They do. Words said unkindly can be one of the most damaging things that you can do to another person. And I think that most people use the saying, at best, in the belief that it will toughen up those on the receiving end. Careless or unkind words live with us sometimes for the rest of our lives, and we struggle to try and shake off the labels that have been applied to us, such as stupid, fat, smelly, slow, clumsy, and even ugly. Sometimes words are used more carelessly than unkindly. For example, I'm always really dismayed and upset when I see a parent, usually a dad, but not always, poke a finger into the side of their young teenage daughter and say something like, "Core, look who's getting podgy then." This sort of careless disregard for their child's feeling and the sheer ignorance of the fact that children grow out of their puppy fat and mostly normalise over a few years has led directly to low self-esteem and lack of confidence in adults. And therefore they think, wrongly, they are unlovable, unworthy of happiness or success. If you will, there's a kink in their think. However, psychology can help us understand that this is only a way of thinking and that more positive thoughts are possible, because we know that with a little support and training, we can get people to straighten out that kink in their think and can learn to be more positive about themselves, reconnect with their skills, their abilities, and start acting more confidently again. Here's how you could start on that road right now with some positive self-help using what we call positive self-talk. Optimism works. There has been lots of research over the years that show that being optimistic and thinking positively about issues, problems, and events in your lives actually works. This is not a new idea. Shakespeare wrote in Hamlet, "There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so." And that was in 1601. So even back then, the bard understood that thinking differently about these things can actually make these things different. I want you to give it a try. Here's how it works. You don't even have to believe it yourself yet. Just have a leap of faith, and over the next week, whenever someone asks you how you are, make sure that you reply really cheerfully, that you are well and never felt better. Say it as though you mean it. Pretend if you have to at this stage. The most important thing is that you say it consistently and always try and believe it when you say it. Towards the end of the week, you might actually start feeling brighter and more optimistic and more positive about yourself. And sometimes this has the effect on people around you as well. As you start to put over a more positive feeling, being optimistic and confident, people who may have been avoiding you because you appeared a bit down might start seeking your company again. And that's just one of the benefits. Now, it does take effort to change, and you might not get it right every time to begin with. However, don't let that odd slip derail you. Just get back up and try your cheerful greeting on the next person along. And keep going. I promise you, it gets easier the more you do it. Optimism works.